be starting the stream in a few seconds here. I'm just dropping the stream link on the Discord. I've dropped the link on the Discord server. I know I just kind of did this completely out of the blue. Time is a bit short tonight, and I still wanted to show some of the new features. So it doesn't look like anyone's watching right now, but this can also be recorded for people to watch back later. So just to show, I'm starting again, resetting the progress there, and starting. So the whole point of this series is to kind of find bugs in the game and also make sure that the game is balanced well, so that it's not so easy that it just gets repetitive and boring, but not so difficult that you don't feel like you're ever making any progress. So let's see, what sort of mission do I want to take? $6,000 to get 200 F1 samples in 10 minutes. Let's try and take that one on, and then let's take a look at the radar screen next. Okay, it looks like we're going to have to drive straight forward and to our right. Oh yeah, you can actually see the tornado forming over there. So I've updated the wind field, so I was using a simple formula for calculating the wind speed at certain distances from the tornado funnel. But there's actually a published academic paper which it's used for modelling, I think, debris flight, but it also gives you the formulas for like the wind speed at different points in the funnel. So I've done that, and the effect it's had is it essentially makes the wind taper off more slowly as you move from the tornado funnel, which will make getting a good intercept a bit easier, or a lot easier, because you no longer have to be as precise when placing the probe. You can also collect samples from the car as well, from the truck, just from driving around. So we can't go over 100 mile an hour max wind. I need to back up a bit here. So I've made it so that the car samples at 5 times slower than the the rate that the probe samples. So if your probe samples once every second, it'll sample once every 5 seconds. Otherwise it'd be too easy just to drive around close to the tornado and collect a bunch of samples. Yeah, let's go after it. Might be better to head down here and head right. That tornado's really moving. Let's have a look on the radar, try and get an idea of the track it's taken, and we'll try and put ourselves in front of it. Oh wow, that's really moving. Where's the road? And lost my bearings a bit. Try and get to the top of one of these peaks and then see if we can see the tornado. Have an idea of roughly which direction to move in. Where is it? It's behind us. get to a road soon. There's the road. So we want to take this right turn a bit further up. I thought I saw the road unless I've overshot it. I'll try and follow the ridges where I can, because it's quite difficult to keep your sense of direction while going over all these bumps. You got to keep dodging trees and things, and the camera's shaking, and then you can lose the track of which way you were heading. Okay, there's some roads over here. Those trees get a bit annoying. I might make it so if you hit them hard enough they get knocked out of the ground. I think that might take a bit of coding, since these the library I'm using, or the asset that I'm using, all these trees are rendered on the GPU, and then when you're within a certain distance of them, it then quick switches using the CPU, so it can calculate collision physics and things like that. Right, where are we relative to the tornado? Okay, we've just missed it. So if the tornado's on our left, we need to head towards the tornado. Where is it? Ah, looks like it's weakening. Trying to find a good point of view to watch it rope out, and then we'll go for the next one. You see there's an F4 tornado here, following quite a curved path. I think there's no point going after it now because it looks like it's starting to weaken. But if I stay here, that gives us a good east-west option to go after the next tornado. So I might just go around this corner and we can watch it. We can watch it dissipate. Actually, is it weakening? Maybe it's not. Maybe let's just try and get in front of it. But I don't know how likely that a good intercept is going to be from this distance. Gives a good view. I think we'll wait here for the next tornado, because that's either going to go out of bounds or weaken quite soon. Yeah, it's about to disappear. Right, let's wait for the next one. Looks like this mission's about to expire, but we'll still see if we can earn some cash from it. So let's keep having a look around. Should hopefully form somewhere within our vicinity, hopefully quite close. Is that one over there? Okay. Pretty sure that's one. Yeah. Let's go. Got a good feeling about this one. We've got a minute left. Oh, this is a big one as well. It's rotating quite slowly though, so it might be quite weak. But we should get a good intercept, which means we can upgrade the car and start driving 65 instead of 50, which should make this a whole lot less tedious to get around the map. Excuse me. This is just a short stream tonight, and I'm going to have to go about 9:30. Oh, that tornado's getting really wide. That might be almost a kilometre wide. I'll have a look at the map. That'll give it the colour code, let us know what rating it is. It's F1 right now. Not sure which direction it's heading, but it doesn't look like it's moving that quickly, so it should get a good intercept.
Contract expired.
Okay, let's quickly choose new contract. Preferably an F1 rated contract, because this tornado doesn't look that strong. We'll take mission number 6. And let's go. Starting to get towards sunset now, 6 PM in the game time. Should get quite a nice view of this, maybe a channel screenshot coming up shortly. Perfect angle to see some nice sunset colours. This one's almost stationary, so should be able to do this mission 4 minutes to get 50 samples. That should take about 50 seconds with the probe, and will help it out with the car as well. Headlight time. So we get an idea of which direction it's moving now. We're going to have to wait for this to update. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Okay, it's heading in the same direction as us. So we can... looks like we're going to catch it quite easily. But it's a good intercept point. So there's a right turn up ahead there, so hopefully I can beat it to it. And the first cache on stream. Oh, grass is doing some glitching there. Notice when that happens, it's something to do with being in the car. Oh, well, it was. Still haven't quite figured out what's causing that. That is a glitch that needs to be fixed. But I still don't actually know what's causing that. It happens very rarely. There it is. It's right next to us. Okay, 2 minutes left. Come on, we can do this. Our right turn should be any minute now. That'll put us in the perfect position to drop the probe. Turn the headlights off here. We might actually see it with the lightning. The outline of it. Wind speed's really picking up. You can hear it. Yeah, you gotta be careful we don't just drive straight into it here. I've actually lost my bearings as to where it is. Whoops. Get our bearings here. Okay, looks like we're put ourselves right in the path of it.
Mission failure. Contract
Okay,
expired.
let's just get another contract. For that one. Got 5 minutes again, so let's try and get it. I think it's somewhere this direction. Maybe not. Maybe I've turned around and it's actually the complete opposite. It might even be roping out. Wait for the next radar scan here. Oh yeah, it's dissipating. Let's just wait here then for the next one. Should be somewhere within that circle. I've made it spawn so that it's within your range of your radar, so you're always nearby a tornado. So you don't just want to spend your whole time driving across the map. Yeah, it's almost gone. Okay, there should be a new cell popping up by the time the next scan comes around. Not yet. Okay, there's one over there. So I want to head north. So I'm not sure which way I'm facing, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drive a little way and then wait for this to update. And then see if I'm heading the right direction. I want to be heading north because that looks like where the cell's forming. Oh, going the wrong way. At least now I know this way is north. Getting these updated scans because it's going to be helpful. Oh, there's a tornado off to the right. Hopefully it's moving this direction. Okay, I think we're getting in a good position. We're going to have to off-road for a little way to get on to an adjoining road, but I think we can get in front of this one. And it looks like it's F5 strength. It's gone from nothing to F2 to F5 in the space of about 3 or 4 scans, so Hopefully it stays on the ground long enough for us to finally earn some cash on this. So you turn right here. And then let's figure out where the best intercept spot is. So I want to drive straight, and then when the road runs out, I want to ignore that, keep driving straight, and that should get us close to it. Yeah. So follow this road. The road will bend around to the left. Ignore that and take Rabbit's route, and we should get to another road, and then we'll be in a good position. Oh, you can see it there in the distance. We should be able to get in front of it. Probably going to have to get another mission, but we could maybe even take an F5 mission and earn a good chunk of cash here. It's not actually a space station, it's a Chinese weather balloon. I've probably got flagged on YouTube now for saying that. Okay, looks like we're in the path of it. Oh, I think that's it over. No, I was playing tricks on me, but
Mission failure. Contract expired.
still think we need to head in this direction. Right, let's get another contract quickly. 2,000. Okay, we're gonna take contract 1. Yeah, wind speed's picking up, but and I know I'm near the tornado and I'm in its path, but I just can't see it, so a bit of a difficult situation to be in. Let's see if the VHS camera can help us out a little bit. I need to make sure my mouse cursor is showing so I can point out what I'm trying to do here. Okay, it's either in front of me or behind me. I think it might be behind. I can see something which looks like a tornado over this hill. No, that's a cloud. Right. Must have been right the first time. It must be this way. Are there any structures on the map? There's a few which I'm just experimenting with. I've got some nice farm assets like different houses, barns, silos, even cows as well. So I'm in the process of breaking those up into chunks using Blender, and then I've got to come up with some sort of logic for how the tornado interacts with them. So there's a few where you spawn at the beginning of the game, but they're not scattered across the map just yet. I'll say I'm heading in the complete opposite direction to the tornado. Oh, if I'd have stayed where we were before, we would have actually been right in the path of it. Right, with some sunlight, it should make this a lot easier. Yeah, what I do is I have a static model, which I then replace with a broken up model, and like you say, I've got it set to kinematics being enabled so that they just stay in place, and then I kind of set a random timer, and once the timer elapses, I then disable kinematic mode, enable gravity, and then start having the tornado interact with them using the physics. And because it's kind of staggered, it kind of reduces the computational cost as well, and because it's not having to calculate how it interacts with 20 pieces of debris at once, it sequentially adds them to its list of objects it can interact with, and then it deletes them at random as well. So it tries to maintain a bit of memory efficiency there. Oh, that's a nice view there. Whoops. And the 90s view. I've got a bunch of scripts where I've tried different things with varying degrees of success, and what I need to do is just decide on how it's going to work, put them all together, and get destruction working in the game. So on one of these streams, we can just drive around and watch stuff get wrecked. So I'm not going to go after this one because I'm going to have to off-road too far. I think, are we near the edge of the map? Oh, we're not near the edge of the map, but it looks like it's dying now. It's gone down to F2 strength at least. One thing I need to enable actually is zooming with the camera, so you can just use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out when you're in VHS mode. And if we go back to the radar screen, you'll be able to see it starting to weaken. Let's see, how do I get my mouse to show up here? I'm glad you like the VHS mode. It's really proud of that. I've tried all sorts of effects, and then I ended up buying a VHS asset off the asset store because it was just much better than anything I could create myself in it. Like, I might have been able to get something which approximated what it did, but considering it was already available, I thought that'd be the best thing to do. Let's run up to the top of this hill and just watch this dissipate, and then we'll go after the next one. It looks like it's floating there. What's happened is that the camera that can view the tornado renders it at a further distance than the camera which renders the terrain. So it's at a higher elevation, but we can't actually see the hills because of the way the camera is. Might need to figure out if there's a way of doing like in-game recordings, so that people can share those, because it'd be great to get just a bunch of footage from people. Yeah, it looks like it's dying. Get different footage and pictures and things that we can share. So one of the cool things will be, I guess as a developer you kind of have an expectation of how the game's played. So people find their own styles of playing and end up in situations which I didn't even think about, and it'll be cool just to see sorts of screenshots and things people manage to get. think we need to head south. Really need to get a compass in the game. Okay, let's get my bearings. So there's a road here. It's almost like a horseshoe shape. It'd be funny to record people getting sucked in multiplayer. Yeah, that would be ideal. Multiplayer is probably going to be a lot of work, but it's definitely something which I want to work on as soon as I've got this released and got the first set of feedback from players of the game. See people get Jonased. I'm trying to see where the next tornado might be. Somewhere to our south. I'm thinking of just turning right and off-roading because this is quite a quick moving cell. Oh, we can see the tornado, so I don't need to worry about planning a clever intercept route. Oh, it's rotating quite quickly as well. I'll have to stop the stream in about 15 minutes, so we've got 10 minutes for this mission, then I can maybe try another 5-minute mission, and then I'll have to go. But hoping for better luck this stream. I think there's been 2 or 3 streams now where I haven't even got a single probe reading, so let's try and change that. The wind speed we're looking for is a minimum of 73 miles an hour, and we also don't want to go over 100 miles an hour. The probe can, but we can't, or our contract gets cancelled. So let's catch up with it. Oh, so these are the structures. It looks like we're getting back to the origin of the map. There it is. Wonder what this will look like in VHS mode, if it'll actually Tornado Funnel will look a bit more realistic. But now I kind of need to start looking and paying attention. So, if you notice, if I get close enough in the truck, gotta be careful I don't get too close, but it'll start taking samples as well. So once I get over 73 miles an hour, so be careful I don't go over 100. But if I stay close enough for long enough, grass is doing that weird thing again. There, I've got an F1 sample. So, got our first successful sample on the stream. I don't know what's going on with the grass here. It happens sporadically, and I haven't figured out exactly what causes it. So what I'm going to try and do is just stay within range of the tornado. Get as many samples as I can from the truck first. And we'll deploy the probe. So, careful. That was getting close to 100 miles an hour there. Ah, okay. Crap. Right, let's get another one. Okay, let's do mission number 3. So keep an eye on that wind speed indicator in the bottom left. And then once can get in front of it, I'll then drop the probe. So I've got to make sure that I don't exceed 100 miles an hour as I drive past. Okay, I think we're good now. It's right on us. So the way it works, if we don't get all, I think, was it 100 samples we needed? Orders will get paid a proportional fraction. Oh, this looks quite cool. This kind of reminds me of that famous Andover video when they were heading to the overpass. Kind of looks a similar sort of shape tornado. Anyway, so you get paid. So say you need to collect 100 samples and you only get 50. So you've collected half of what you'd get half payment, and then that gets reduced by a further 25% since you didn't successfully complete the mission. Alright, let's just stop here. So you can still earn money even if you're not 100% successful in finishing the mission. 3, 2, okay, oh, we're in the path of it. I think we might be in the path. What I'm going to do is just deploy the probe. So I don't think we're going to get a better position this. We can view this in VHS mode as well if people want. It's coming right at us. Okay, once the wind speed gets up to about 75, I'll then get out of here. I think we're quite safe for now. I get a good view of it. Yeah, let's make sure we don't get run over by the tornado. Got our first samples, so let's get paid for them without having the mission get cancelled. Yeah, let's watch it cross the road behind us. In VHS. No, truck's off. It'll likely crash into a tree and we'll go get it in a bit. There we go. Oh look, we're getting our probe samples, so look. 44, 45, 46, 47. To keep the 9 samples on the previous mission. No, so if your mission gets cancelled because your contract expires, or if your mission gets cancelled because your like say this max wind speed, then your previous readings get cleared. So, but if your contract expires, you still get paid. You just get paid at a reduced rate. Whereas if you exceed the max wind speed, you get nothing. Yeah, I think let's go get our probe before the next one. I said it was going to end up 9:30. We've got 7 minutes. What did we need to get? 100. I think it was 100 samples. Okay, and we've got 50. So we just need to get another 50 samples. One thing I need to do is make sure that the when I exit the car, that the car doesn't keep moving. You make sure to set the wheel collider speed to, I think, 0. So I think we're going to successfully finish this mission, and then we can get some upgrades. I can hear the wind picking up again. It's starting to rain, which means a new cell's formed, so we should have the next tornado very soon. So how much we get? $2,000. So we can upgrade the max speed and then probably upgrade the radar rate, update rate a couple of times as well. Okay, I reckon we're just oh wow, we might already be in the path again. Let's try and figure out which way this is moving. It's moving towards us, away from us, left, right, up, down. Back and to the left. I think we might be in the path of it. Let's wait for the next radar update. These radars, these cells will form hooks. I just think at the radar resolution we're using, they're not too visible. I think we're in a good position here. Possibly. The wind speed's increasing. I'm not seeing much left or right motion, but it is obscured by quite a few trees.
Mission failure. Contract expired.
So that's okay. Wait, which mission was that? We should have still got paid though. Okay, we got paid a fraction. I think that contract expiration time was wrong. There's a bug I need to fix there. But we've got $750, so let's do... Let's update the refresh rate. The radar quality. Maybe the radar range as well. Should get a better view this time, and then we'll pick a new mission. See, further range and better resolution now. It's moving away from us, so let's get in front of it and choose a new mission. I have about 5 minutes left, so let's do mission number 2. The thing I've realised is that as you take on missions and cancel them, the list of missions gets smaller and smaller. I need to ensure that it always stays at 9 missions. That is huge. That's got to be an F5. I think it's F3 right now, surprisingly. Game's looking really nice. Thank you, I'm glad you like the look of the game. I really want to get the money to get the max speed upgrade on the car, so people can see the difference between driving around at 50 and driving around at 65, and that means in subsequent streams I'm going to keep my progress from stream to stream. People can see how the progression curve works. So I think it's upgradable up to a maximum. I think I set it to 100, 120 actually, 120 miles per hour. So be careful, I don't want the contract terminated. Let's see how many samples we can get from the car. What I might just do is drive forward till I get to about 98 miles an hour. It's a bit risky. And then deploy the probe. Stop, 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 stop. And quickly deploy, and then drive forward as it's deploying, and try and stay within that F1 wind zone. This is Twister Hill, by the way. This is a hill to drive up with the F3 and Twister. .97 miles an hour. So we've got 3 mile an hour margin for wind speed. So how many did we need to collect to complete this mission? 100. Okay, so as soon as we stop getting anything from this, okay, we're not getting anything from the probe, so let's follow again. retrieve. Let's even get 100 in 2.5 minutes. We've got 26, so we're a quarter of the way there. Maybe we can hear the sound effect I've added for when you successfully complete the mission. So I need to end now, but obviously I'm not, because I'm doing really well, but I'll have to end it very soon. It's supposed to, I've changed the physics of how it works though, so I do need to update the collider script so that it does actually pull your truck around. But yeah, that should be a small fix. I've already got the code for some reason. I think I might have disabled it, or that it's working slightly differently from normal. So I've changed the tornado wind physics since the stream last night. Okay, 32. Oh, I forgot I need to actually deploy the probe, so let's get it right up into the 90-mile-an-hour range. And then deploy. Come on. Okay, nice slow-moving tornado. We're in the outer debris cloud here. Yeah, let's go back and get the probe. I don't think it's given us any F1 readings anymore. Come on, we're really close now. So, 57, we need another 43. Once it starts getting lifted onto the trip, we can start driving again. I think what I'll do, and one of the difficulties is catching up with the tornadoes, what I'm going to do is rescale it so that the fastest speed a tornado can go is maybe 90% of your car's current max speed. So that way you're always able to catch up with them, or maybe 3/4 or something. Because having slow moving tornadoes, I think, is the biggest thing which makes the difficulty manageable. Okay, we're going to start getting readings again. Careful, that cannot...
Mission failure. Contract expired.
Contract expired, however, what was our partial payment? Okay, we can upgrade the max speed. Okay, so everyone's been seeing me going around the map here at at a fraction of the speed that it's actually capable of. Let's use new contract. 7,000 F1. Okay, let's get in front of it. Now the max speed should be 65 miles an hour. It should be noticeably faster. Whoa. So I think the easiest thing to intercept here is a large F1. Let's get in front of it again. Huh, this almost looks like from Twister. 58, 59, 60. Okay, is the wind getting stronger here? Okay, let's deploy. It's getting right on us. We need to go. Once the wind gets up to, say... Right. Gotta be careful here. Because we're right in the path now, and I can't let that wind go over 100, so let's escape before we get pulled in. Try and dodge these trees. And let's turn around and have a look at it. There it is, coming for us. Okay, 64 miles per hour. Oh, sorry, 64 miles. 64 samples, sorry. Right, let's get some truck samples for the last 3 minutes. Can't actually see where my probe is. If anyone spotted, say in the chat. I think it might be starting to dissipate. I'm struggling to find a spot which has F1 wind speeds. There we go, 80 miles an hour. But we need 100. Okay, 30 samples left. I think being able to drive around and take samples with the truck as well makes things a bit easier. Where is it? Oh, there it is. One thing which may be possibly seen, if I look at the right angle, the tornado looks scary. One thing I might be able to do is superimpose like faces onto it. It's like have like an angry face, but just subtly within like the noise that's used for calculating the shape of the tornado. Yeah, second guess driving off road. Yeah, there does need to be some sort of penalty for driving off road. I'm not sure exactly what it could be, because tyres popping and going slow, that was in Storm Chasers, and I want to try and keep a bit of distance from that. Trying to think what it could be. Well, looks like we might be able to complete this mission. We need 100 samples. Got 91 and 30 seconds left, so this is quite close. I can't see a thing here. 95. Oh, really close. Okay, well, we're going to get 75% of whatever 95% of the payment was. Maybe car breaks down.
Contract expired.
Yeah, maybe what it could do is just, it says car broken down with like a countdown. So it's like some chance that it happens for each minute you're off-road. And then it says car broken down and you have to wait, say, somewhere between, don't wait too long, because no one's going to want to sit around for 5 or 10 minutes waiting for the car to be fixed. So maybe just a small inconvenience, like somewhere between 10 seconds and a minute, maybe. So the contract expired, but we're being paid $2,600. So what I could do is upgrade the engine power. Maybe upgrade the max speed again as well. So now we'll be able to accelerate more quickly and get up to a higher top speed as well. Okay, well that's everything I'm going to have time to show tonight. I do like that idea. I'm going to actually write that down here. I keep a notebook when I have streams to note down good ideas people have as well as any bugs. So one of them is there's the mission expiration bug. I know what's causing that. Actually noticed it doing an offline playtest, and I forgot about it until it's reoccurred there. And then car breaking down. Yeah, because it's a bit too easy to just drive wherever you want on the map, so I'll do that. But yeah, that's everything. So what we've managed to do, here's an update of the map. I'll wait till it updates. So you can see everywhere there's been tornadoes along with the strength and size of them. So that was that one we just chased. So that was an F3. I think F2, F3. My colour blindness isn't helping here. So you can see where the tornadoes have been and the strength. So we've had an F5, looks like 2 F4s. It looks like possibly an F3 and then an F1. We've been able to upgrade our radar's maximum range, the resolution of the radar, and the update rate. And Oh, I need to fix that mission bug as well. Mission's disappearing. And we've upgraded the car engine and the max speed, and I think we've updated the probe sample rate as well, so it's now taking 2 per second instead of 1. So we'll continue from where we left off when I do the next stream, maybe tomorrow night, maybe a couple of days. I might need to take a couple of nights off. But thank you very much, everybody who's joined in and commented. Like I say, any suggestions, drop on the Discord or on the chat here, and I'll be able to see them. But thank you very much. I'm going to have to go now, and I'm